I am indeed honored by the invitation to launch the Kana Vinaka Cookbook here at USB this evening. Please allow me foremost to thank and acknowledge the author of the cookbook, Chef Colin Chung, for his tremendous effort in putting the document together. Colin is no stranger to our shores, and he has been visiting Fiji for the last 45 years. And in doing so, I also wish to acknowledge my good friend, Greg Cornwall. It was Greg who introduced me to Colin. I think it was 2012, Greg. And we made some serious discussions. And they convinced me. And I made a commitment then. And I'm thankful, Colin, once again, that today we are going to launch the Kana Vinaka cookbook. So thank you, Colin, as well, for introducing me to Colin. Ladies and gentlemen, the title of the cookbook itself, in one word, means delicious. Or as Colin Chung states, good food. More importantly, the ingredients stated in the Kana Vinaka recipes are all local, Fijian grown, produce which are readily available in the markets and even our backyards. In hospitality, food and beverage reigns supreme and is the largest element of the hospitality industry that can be in the form of high-end restaurants, fast food eateries, hotels, bed and breakfast enterprises, and other places offering lodging. It is also the same for the transport sector, where food and beverage reigns supreme in airlines and cruise ships. Lasting impressions for holiday makers and visitors are generally around experiences with food and beverages. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Agriculture is pleased to be the major sponsor of Kana Vinaka, given that all the recipes are made from produce grown by our local farmers and harvested by our fishermen. Considering that a considerable amount of food consumed in Fiji is imported, this book, with its innovative recipes and focus on seasonal, locally produced food, will be easily adopted in schools and educational institutes. Furthermore, it will provide great ideas to local and international chefs to use local ingredients and present Fijian delicacies in a contemporary or modern fashion to our visitors. Culinary tourism, or may I say food tourism, is a growing market, and those returning to familiar destinations like Fiji are searching for new, authentic culinary experiences. Today, cuisine has become a central part of the tourism experience. And a good example is a foodies group who will be arriving in our shores next month to experience our freshly grown vegetables, meat, seafood, and fruit. Many visitors, as we are all aware, want organic grown produce, and my ministry, together with the Ministry for Tourism and Trade, is supporting this initiative. I note with much interest that tourists visiting Fiji love having a lover and watching a meke. And now with the launch of Kana Vinaka, which features contemporary island cuisine, they will get to experience healthier root crops such as purple kumala, yellow cassava, and a produce like the heart of palm, chikama, and bora beans. Tourists dream of drinking a chilled boo and freshly squeezed mandarin juice, and are keen to try new beverages such as freshly squeezed kumquat juice and rauni moli. And this is the main focus of Colin's 102 recipe cookbook, which shows practical and tasty ways to use local, sustainable produce rather than imported alternatives. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the main reasons for the Ministry of Agriculture Supporting Colin's book was the 100% local produce makeup. This, in our view, would assist government's efforts to lower import payments and increase farmers' incomes. There is also the potential for those expatriate chefs who are unfamiliar with local produce to learn in preparing them. Once tourists enjoy the taste of our new dishes, they will ask for nduruka, nama, and ota at home, and it won't be long before we see them featured on restaurant menus in Sydney, Melbourne, and Auckland. Whilst I recognize the challenges for chefs and hotels of buying local produce as much as possible, I would like to see hotels and resorts partnering with neighboring farm clusters and entering into contracts to buy their produce directly at a fair price. And I have already instructed my management to start working on adopting a farming cluster, and I've started promoting this with some of the local operators, as I was in the Warwick Hotels and Resorts on Tuesday, and I spoke with the general manager as well as the regional manager, and I hope that this will be a success as well. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to offer my gratitude once again to Chef Colin Chung for allowing a wide array of people across the globe to experience contemporary Fijian cuisine by making the cookbook available to be sold online. So if our friends cannot make it to Fiji, then we take Fiji to them through the recipes that we have. And ladies and gentlemen, with these words, it gives me great pleasure to launch the Kana Vinaka cookbook and let us embark on a journey of contemporary Fijian cuisine. Thank you, Dhanyabad, and Vinawale.